Where there is sport, there is controversy.
Oh dear,
that's hugely unsporting.
What sort of a game do we want?
You're watching Screen Splat, and ahead of the 2016 Gaelic Games season, we're looking at the top 5 recent Gaelic Games controversies.
Across the face guard. Yeah, he was on offence.
Number 1. The Joe Brawley Sean Kavanagh rant. In 2013, Tyrone played Monaghan for a place in the Championship semi-final. During the game's 48-minute, Tyrone midfielder Sean Kavanagh pulled down Monaghan forward Conor McManus, preventing an almost certain goal. More shocking than Kavanagh's on-pitch MMA grapple, however, was RTE pundit Joe Brawley's epic post-match rant. Interrupting the normally calm, reasonable discourse we've come to expect from GAA punditry.
The teams that Colin Cooper has played on. Look at the teams that he's played on.
Anyway,
Seamus Remember that tribe in Iraq, the Shiite tribe? Well, we've watched Shiite football for the last...
Brawley not only criticised Kavanagh's tackle, he attacked the entire culture surrounding fouls in GAA, as well as criticising the examples such actions have on younger footballers. Brawley even went as far as to attack Kavanagh's character.
Today, Sean Kavanagh, who is a brilliant footballer, but I tell you what, you can forget about Sean Kavanagh as far as he's a man. What he did there tonight was a total and absolute obscenity.
The resulting controversy generated from the foul and Brawley's comments reignited debates on the as-yet unintroduced black card, as well as complaints about the overtly personal tone of Brawley's criticisms.
I know Sean Kavanagh, I've played with him on the compromise rules teams, and as a man, Sean Kavanagh is a gentleman.
Joe Brawley eventually apologised for parts of what he said on Ireland AM, and he also revealed that he'd been in contact with Sean Kavanagh after his post-match performance to soothe any hard feelings.
Oh no, I mean I still hear everything I said, but I didn't intend to impute anything about his pride. It was most unfair. I appreciate that when I looked at it again. So fair was fair, and he was very gracious about accepting it.
Number 2. Kimochi coin toss. During the 2015 Kimochi Championship, the Clare and Dublin county teams emerged from Group 2 on equal points. Instead of organising a play-off between the deadlocked teams or looking to goal difference, the Kimochi Association, acting within the official rules, stated there would be the drawing of lots to see which team would emerge from the group stage. Understandably, both the Clare and Dublin teams were outraged at their fates being decided by what amounted to a coin toss. Both teams immediately appealed the decision before completely withdrawing from the scheduled drawing of lots. The Clare County Board even unleashed the most powerful weapon in a county board's arsenal. They sent a strongly worded letter to the Kimochi Association which said, "The upset and mental anguish that has been forced upon players by the association will have deep and long-lasting repercussions. Players are inconsolable and feel betrayed." Under the weight of the growing controversy, the association buckled and hastily organised a play-off between the Clare and Dublin teams, which Dublin went on to win. For the 2016 season, the association has wisely changed the rules of the group stage. Now a win will be worth 3 points instead of 2, and goal difference will be taken into account in the event of a tie. Number 3. The Nash Rule. During a Cork vs Waterford hurling clash in 2014, Anthony Nash lined up against Waterford goalkeeper Stephen O'Keefe. The Cork player lobbed the ball off the ground before striking it in the air. In an act of goalkeeping bravery, or total insanity depending on how you look at it, O'Keefe charged off his line, throwing his body in front of the ball and performing a spectacular save. The match's referee ruled that since Nash had made contact with the ball before striking, O'Keefe was within his rights to leave his goal line. After the game, the GAA changed the rules around penalties, stating that the ball must always be struck from outside the 20-metre line. But after a lot of missed penalties, most notable in the 2014 Kilkenny-Tipperary Championship final, it was felt that the new penalty-taking system favoured the defending team. In February of 2015, the penalty rules of hurling were again changed. The GAA Congress now decreed that the striker must hit the ball from behind the 20-metre line and that only one player from the defending team may be in front of the ball.
1-to-1 gives the attacking team the best chance for success at 62% of penalties converted versus the 20% that is currently being achieved.
Number 4. Diving. It would be wrong to suggest that diving is a new phenomenon in Gaelic games, and although it hasn't swollen to the level of ridiculousness we often see in soccer, feigning injury has certainly become a talking point in recent years. The issue of diving came to a head when Monaghan player Darren Hughes ruffled the beautifully coiffed hair of Tyrone player Tiernan McCann. McCann, in an Oscar-worthy performance, threw himself to the ground after the ruffle, clutching the side of his face. Amazingly, the bewildered Hughes was sent off in spite of the incident happening directly in front of the referee. Diving, as stated in the official rules, carries with it a penalty of a yellow card, but the GAA took particular umbrage with McCann's performance. Charged with misconduct that is considered to have discredited the association, McCann was given an 8-week ban. It seems as though the GAA considered Tiernan McCann to be the only player who ever exaggerated the severity of a tackle in Gaelic football. After an appeal, McCann's ban was lifted, leaving many commentators to conclude the obvious, that like it or not, diving is just part of Gaelic football. Number 5. Sky Sports deal. In 2014, the GAA signed a historic agreement with Sky Sports, giving them the rights to broadcast GAA games.
Sky Sports will show 20 live matches per year. That starts in June.
This meant that for the first time in the history of GAA broadcasting, fans would have to pay to watch certain football and hurling games. Fan outcry followed the announcement of the deal. Some of the Gaelic Games faithful felt that the association was only thinking about money to the detriment of the sports. TV3's Director of Broadcasting, Niall Cogley, also made his feelings clear after his channel lost out on the broadcasting rights, stating, TV3 made a very commercial bid for the next 3 years, but this appears to have been superseded by the GAA's preference for a paid television strategy. The GAA denied that their motives were purely financial, claiming that the Sky Sports deal had more to do with raising the profile of Gaelic games overseas and giving Irish immigrants a platform to watch Gaelic games abroad. Whatever the reason, the Sky Sports deal looks to have been a huge success for the GAA. With interest in Gaelic games, judging by the hilarious reaction of our British neighbours,
what's he checking with the umpire for? To see if he used excessive force? Send him to jail, man!
being at an all-time high in the United Kingdom. Are there any other Gaelic Games controversies that got your blood boiling?
Obviously the GAA will be criticised from inside the organisation and outside as well.
Leave a comment and let us know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more content from Screen Splat.
I want nothing to do with that, to be quite honest. You know, I think it's a disgrace.